All right.
Okay,
Looks like
it's going. You're alive. You're good.
all right. And I hope that I can share my screen. Let's see if I can. I think I can. Yeah, it looks like I can. All right, you guys. I think we're ready to rock and roll. So, hey, welcome to our call tonight. This is our Sunday evening training call that we've done. It's called the Blueprint. And I'm going to go through the blueprint real quick. I'm going to show you where to find it. And if you don't know, so we're going to kind of start out kind of basic. And then I'm going to try to advance as quickly as possible and get to some really meat and potatoes. I hope you don't mind if I'm raw tonight, because I'm going to get a little bit raw. Just so I'm hoping that maybe you'll really get the significance of what we have in our hands here. So with that, let's just get started. I want to kind of show you a couple things here real quick. So if I can share my screen, let's see if that works. I hope you guys can see my screen. Can you see that? Just shake your head yes if you can.
We can see it. Yep.
All right, cool. So this is from Forbes magazine, and these are some of the franchises that are available. And I just pulled this up the other day. And the reason I want to show you this is it's kind of enlightening, and it's sort of riveting. If you wanted a Kona Ice franchise, they started $120,000. If you wanted to become a maid pro and clean somebody's toilets and bathrooms and so forth, it's $74,560. And you can go down this list, and I mean, here's one. You can be a cruise planner for American Express Travel as an American Express travel agent for $10,495. How about a Wild Birds Unlimited, whatever that is? That's $146,000. Here's one for almost $500,000. Christian Brothers Automotive. And I mean, you can just go down this thing, and it's just unbelievable. I'm not going to go too fast, but I just wanted to kind of show you that we're kind of in the franchise business in a way, because we franchise ourselves so that other people can kind of follow a system. And one of those systems is the blueprint. And so I'm going to go through getting started, and then I'm going to give you some ideas about, you know, what I think and how I feel about when I got started. And again, I just followed the blueprint, but I've got some other ideas I wanted to share with you. And then once I get through with this, I'm going to run for about maybe 15 more minutes or so, and then I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Rodarte. So I hope you all can see this okay, and here we go. So I'm going to talk about getting started, but I'm also going to talk about getting started right, because you can get started wrong, and you're going to duplicate that through your organization. And believe me, the wrong method goes a lot faster than the right method. And I just want you all to understand that I've probably spoken to 200 or 300 people in the last 7 years. I've probably signed up under 100, but there's a lot of people that said no to me. And the people that said yes, some of them vaporized. I don't know what happened. I think they're on Mars or Jupiter or something. But not everybody is going to see this. And I want to just let you know that. So as we go through this blueprint, and I'm just going to go through the basics. So here's the basics. It's in your back office under communication. So you log into your back office, go to communications, look for library, and then scroll down for blueprint. This is the 4th page and of the blueprint. And I don't know what this mark is down here, but somebody's having fun with their red pen. Anyway, hopefully they won't mess up this presentation too much, because we're going to record this and try to get it out to everybody. So, you know, I'm not going to go through all these basics, because you can do it yourself. I'm going to go through a couple. You know, they say enroll by completing an application. I don't know if you know that you can fax in a written application, a paper application, and that's the fax number. Again, you can get this in your library. Establish clearly defined written goals. I'm going to elaborate that on just a little bit. Just from my experience over the last 28 years, and even over the last 7 years, I've learned a lot. Start a database of your top 50, contacts. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit more. And then invite 3 to 5 contacts and help with the help of your enroller to attend your meeting, in-home, coffee shop, 3-way call, etc., within the next 2 days. And you can just go through this step by step by step. So here's the very, very first thing I would recommend that you do. When I sign up somebody, I sit in front of them now, and they're already enrolled, and I'm going to say, how serious are you? How much time am I going to take away from my family and the things that I enjoy doing to help you build a business. Are you serious? Are you curious to, just try the products and see what happens? But I want to know their commitment right up front. And if they're not really, really serious and super committed, I'm not going to waste a lot of time with them, you guys. Time is precious. And you can keep pushing them and pushing them and pushing them. I'm not going to ignore them, but I'm going to look for somebody else that has a real burning desire, that's willing to work right now. And I'm not going to necessarily ask for their top 50 people. If they say, hey, I'm ripping, roaring, and ready to go, I'm going to ask them what kind of money do they want to make. And I'm going to just kind of lead them into their commitment. And I'm going to say, who are your top 10 people that you can think about that you'd want in your business right now that would make a huge difference to you? Who do you look up to? Who do you really, really appreciate? Who do you admire? Who is really the most successful person that you know? Who's the top real estate agent that you know? Who's the top insurance? And I'm going to get the top 10 people, and we're going to start calling them right then and right there. Now, we can meet with them, which takes a little bit longer because you're going to have to meet with them somewhere. You can invite them over, I guess, if they're in the same city and they're close by and they're not working. But I just want to expose them to the ABC. You do what you do. You do what you want to do and what you're comfortable doing. Do what your upline leader recommends, follow the leader. But I'd prefer just getting them on a call and having them watch the ABC as quickly as possible. If they can't watch it right now because they're at work in their car, I'm going to make an appointment for later without telling them anything. If they ask what it is, I'm going to say it's a breakthrough technology. If you're new, you haven't heard me say that before. If you've been around for a while, you've heard me say that. If they push back even more and say, wait a minute, come on, Stu, this is Bob, this is Carol, this is Ted, this is Alice. You can tell me, come on, you can tell me what it is. I'm going to say, look, man, if I did, it would be like me trying to explain how a text message is sent around the world in milliseconds. It would be like me trying to explain how a cell phone works. I can't do it. So you got to see this for yourself. I'm going to call you back at 7 o'clock tonight. I always try to end with a question. Are you going to be available at 7 o'clock tonight? So I'll say, hey, man, this is like a cell phone. It's like a text message. I just can't explain it to you. You're going to be available around 7 tonight? Because I don't want to leave it open and just say, oh, it's kind of like a text message, and then just sit there and wait. And they'll say, come on, what is it? Is this one of them MLMs? Is this blah, 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 blah? I don't want to answer any questions. So I want to ask the questions. When are you available? All right. Next, these are the packages that you can get people enrolled with. Now, I want you to pay close attention. If you get somebody enrolled with $300 and the silver pack, and if that's all they can afford, that's all they can afford. You're going to get 250 points in personal volume, okay, or they will, okay, but you're going to get it also. But I want you just to look closely here because I'm going to get kind of in the weeds here in a minute, and so I want you to see what's happening. You'll get a $100 commission if you're active at $200. So you can buy a $40 bottle of Protandem, just as an example, and you can have 4 customers that are buying Protandem, and that will put you at $200. So customers offset your auto ship, but distributors don't. Just understand that, okay? And again, I'm going from basic to advanced, and I'm gonna scream forward in advanced here in just 1 second. Okay, just take a look. Yes, the gold pack is twice as expensive, but you get twice the volume, twice the PV. So you can either work twice as hard and grow twice as fast or not. And then let's look at the platinum pack. The platinum pack is going to grow you 4 times faster than a silver and twice as fast as a gold. So do you want to work 4 times harder or 4 times smarter or twice as hard and twice as smart? That's totally up to you. But again, I'm telling you about franchises, and I'm showing you what a maid would pay. And the value here is unbelievable because not only do you get the products, but you get a lot of other things. You get the tech stack, and you get all kinds of stuff, You get a couple accesses to event tickets. I'm not going to go into all the details, but I'm just saying, and right now you got free shipping and the starter pack is included in this. So this is really a time when you want to go and blow. And anytime when I got started, anytime there was a promotion of any kind, anytime there was an incentive trip, anytime there was anything, I was going for it. That was my immediate goal. So I had long-term goals, I had mid-term goals, and I had short-term goals. And that was my short-term goal, is to hit every single incentive trip. And I think we only missed one, and that's probably because one of our grandchildren were born or close to it. Okay, so we went through the checklist. We're going through the packages. Now I want to show you the magic of compounding. So now I want you to think about this. And I want you to think in your mind's eye, if you've never heard this, great. If you have, it's a review for you. I want you to think in your mind's eye, somebody that you admire, somebody that you love, somebody that you care about, somebody in your family, a close friend that you want to travel with, that you want to have fun with, that you want to go party with. If you've got that person in mind, then keep them in mind. And let's say that you show them the ABC and they decide, hey, this is really cool. I dig it. I want to get started with you. So I'm going to show you the magic compounding. In month 1, it's you. And this represents the number of people that are going to get involved. So this is the month and this is the number of people. So it's you and your best friend, that person in your mind's eye. If you both just get one person the following month, we're in month 2, now there's 4 of you. In month 3, the 4, each person gets 1, there's 8. In month 4, each of the 8 get 1, that's 16. Everybody's just getting 1 person a month. And you can just kind of take a look at the compounding: 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1,024, 2,048, 4,096. This is a perfect arithmetic progression. You and I understand and we know that life is not perfect. People will drop out. People will stop. People will be disappointed. There'll be divorces. There'll be marriages. There'll be children. There'll be grandchildren. There'll be change of jobs. Life happens. But I just want you to just take a look at this for a moment. In 12 months, you'd have 4,000 people in your organization. And I'm going to tell you exactly what happened to me under the same situation and why it does work. So this represents, down here, it just represents the auto ship. So I'm not talking about the platinum packs, golds, or silvers that people are signing up as you're growing, okay? I'm just showing you what happens when everybody's on a $200 auto ship. So when I sit in front of this person and I get their commitment, I'm going to say, you've got to commit to me that you're going to be on a $200 auto ship and you're going to duplicate that. Now, your only obligation is to have 40 points yourself. The other 160 points or 200 points, that's going to come from customers. And at one time I had 35 customers. So I know it can be done. Somebody can go out and get 5 or 6 customers. Okay, in month 2, you have 4 people in your organization. Everybody's on a $200 auto ship. Just watch the geometric growth here. 800. In month 3, it's 1,600. You're a Pro 1, and you're a Pro 1 not because of packages. You're a Pro 1 because of auto ships. Here you're a solid Pro 2 on auto ship. 16 people doing 200 a month. Here there's 32, and you can just take a look at the magic of compounding that occurs here. In your about your 8th month, you're going to be a Pro 7 in your first year. 8 months. If everybody just comes in and commits to $200 auto ship, and by having some preferred customers. I hope this is making sense to you and how this grows. All right. By the end of the year, you'd be a Pro 9. You'd have $819,200 in volume based on a $200 auto ship with 4,000 people. At the end of my first year, we had just over 2,000 people, and my volume was pretty close to 500,000, okay? So let's just say 50% of these people drop out. You still have 4, by the way, this equals $40,960 a month just in unilevel. This doesn't include any other pay. We get paid 5 different ways. I'm just talking about the unilevel, and I'm just saying it's about 5%. 5% of 819,200, which is the volume that 4,000 people would represent, is going to be $40,960 a month. My check at the end of my first year of my 12th month was just right at 20,000. So these numbers don't lie. These numbers are real if you focus on them and you build that way. Plus your 7 and 8, 9 pulls that I'm not even counting here, and that's probably $12,000 maybe with all those. So now you're at over 50,000. And then your generational check match that I'm going to talk about in a moment. Now, this is all about getting started right? If I can convince you how important it is to get people started right and how to help them build, this is going to be the key to building your entire organization and having a huge, huge group. So let's tear this apart a little bit. Let's say that half the people drop out. That's still $20,000 a month, and you're still going to be a Pro 7. So you're going to be in the Pro 7 pool. Let's say another half drop out. That's still at least $10,000 a month, $120,000 a year just off the unit level. let's say another half dropout, it's still $5,000 a month or $60,000 a year. I'm saying to you, if it takes 4 or 5 years to get to an extra $60,000 a year residual recurring income, which is $5,000 a month, is this worth it to you? Okay, so let me just explain something real quick. I'm going to tell you about a book, and I got to get off because I believe that Melody's going to get on here. But there's a book called The Purple Cow. And I was going to show you this graph, but then I've got to get out of this and I want to finish this real quick. But they talk about the innovators. We're all innovators. We're getting in really, really early. We're a minority of people. The next people are the early adopters. And there'll be more of those people coming in as our company products and services get out there, as we get popularized. And that's going to be through you and me educating people. And then you've got the early and late majority. That's when everybody will come on. That's when it's popularized. That's when momentum hits. And then you've got the laggards, the people that come in last. So applaud yourself. You're an early adapter. You're an innovator, and it's going to take a little bit of time to build your group. But if you do, you're going to have an amazing residual income. So here's the takeaway: get people started right, get them into action immediately. Make sure you determine how serious they are, and get them the right package for them. The gold package has twice the volume of the silver. The platinum pack has 4 times the silver volume. The platinum pack has 2 times the gold volume. It takes $100,000 in volume to get to 7, $400 silver package. You'll need 400 silver packages, not even, considering the auto ships. You're going to need 200 gold packages, or you'll need 100 platinum packages. How hard do you want to work, right? So I want to just talk real quick about the summer of sponsoring. You know that if you get $5,000 in new volume, you're going to get VIP seating, a $50 voucher for swag in the store, and $500 cash. If you get $7,500 in new volume, that would be 7 people on a platinum pack, and one on a gold pack. You get VIP seating, $100 in voucher for swag, and $750 in cash. They're paying us not only in commissions, but they're giving us bonuses to build our own organizations. And then $10,000 in new volume. I think that says 1,000, but it's supposed to be 10,000. VIP seating, $200 in vouchers for swag, $1,000 cash, and 2 nights stay at the hotel. All right. So just do it. 5 years from today, you'll either say, I'm glad I did, or I wish I had. Great visiting with you guys tonight. I'm going to turn it over to, this is just 5 ways to get paid, which I'm not even going to go into. Just make sure you're at 200 points a month. And I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Rodarte. She's awesome. If you were lucky enough to be at the Elite Academy, you were able to watch her speak at the training. It was awesome. So it's all yours. I think I'm, let's see, share screen. Am I done? Are you guys all still there?
I think you have to end your screen. I don't know how to do it, but then I can share my screen.
Okay, you know what? I'm here. Stop sharing. There you go. It's all yours, Melody.
Okay.
Got it. I see you.
Let's see if I can get this up and going. So that was like high pace. So I'll be high paced right behind you as well. Because I think with so many new people that are coming on board, it would be nice to just get a couple basics. And so I'm not going to go super deep, but I think I want us to just all have a posture. And that's something that I teach my team. And I've built, from just learning from Carrie and Marie and yourself, and Carrie Dickey is have a posture, because we truly have something that no one else has right now. So I want to open up with this, because I think we forget that True Science has the same Nerf2 technology that Protandem has. And so Washington State University stated that we may be on the verge of a new literature on the health effects of Nerf2, which may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. Our patent, so the patent that Dr. Chevreau and Dr. Fifi put in, is talking about, we get the patent on True Science because it repairs and it protects. And so you have to be new and innovative to be able to get a new patent on something. And that's what we have. So let's talk, because a lot of times we have to be just, surfacey. So we can just talk about what Nerf2 does, because you can't say that True Science, prevents, treats, cures, mitigates, but what you can say is what Nerf2 does in the skin. So it minimizes inflammation, irritation, and redness. It reduces wrinkles and improves skin tone. It safeguards against free radicals, cellular stress. It protects against UV radiation and exposure. maintains the integrity of our key skin structural components, and minimizes the risk of skin cancers and other conditions. So I think our posture of that Washington State University study and then these proven NRF2 benefits can lead us into being very proud of telling people about having a skincare line that can make so many changes. So you know me, I started it off last week talking about I like anatomy and education. Our skin is our largest organ, and we need to protect our skin. So it's because it protects us against the sun, pollution, daily activities, using lotions, creams, oils. What is touching our skin throughout the day? You don't want that to be, traversing through the skin into our bodies. And then I threw in that bottom part, that shaving part, because of the study that we did, not only showing in that men's study that we decreased folliculitis and razor burn, but I threw it on there because if you kind of remember my history, I did a lot of wound care and hyperbaric medicine, and it's amazing because shaving can be detrimental to the diabetic or the patient with neuropathy. It can lead to amputations because of horrible cellulitis or skin infections that happen. So we need our skin to be intact for more than just, keeping all of our water and our body intact and walking around normally. So this is kind of a nice little cross section showing us the skin. And so the epidermis, that very, very top layer of that epidermis, I think I can use my mouse. Oh, nope, it's not showing up. The top layer of that is the stratum corneum. And if you think of a house, it's the roof. And so it's the roof of our skin. And you don't want a lot of layers of stratum either, because then there's problems. So the epidermis has all of those key structures in there too, between the epidermis and the dermis, and that's called the basement membrane. And so those of us who love biology, think of your main cells, your keratinocyte, your melanocyte, and your fibroblasts. Those are all key structures that are making collagen, hyaluronic acid, pigment, all these fancy little things. So you need those to be functioning in order for your skin to function. And the key part for NRF2 in our product is we are going through all of those layers down to the basement membrane, and that's why we're seeing the results that we're having. You can't eat enough vitamin C and vitamin E to end up on your skin. You have to put it on your skin to get down, and that's what a lot of physician prescribed skin products are trying to do, is find the right isomer for things to get down into the skin level. Well, our NRF2 activation, our true science, has been shown to go down all of those layers of skin. And if you go to your back office and you go to the studies that Dr. Chevreau has put in there, you can see those cross-sectional slides of the skin when she did all of her research. And it's really great because it shows how well composed our skin stayed compared to retinols in her studies that she did, as well as staying intact after UV radiation was. So let's go through the products. I'm not technology savvy as far as changing the picture. At the end of this, I'll show what our pretty new packaging looks like. But this is what the previous package of like 2 months ago looked like. But she was very mindful. So those of you new who don't know much about Dr. Chevreau, she was the developer of Strivectin, which is what is still the #1 over-the-counter anti-wrinkle reducing. And so she's brilliant. And so she took that into creating that brilliance. And she made it sulfate free, paraben free, formaldehyde free, gluten free. You can just read everything that's there on the right. So it's a great product, and you can feel safe using it in all skin types. And it has that NRF2 technology I've been talking about. So the same thing is like milk thistle, green tea, turmeric, bacopa, and then these other key parts to it. So the Plantigo is really great for that collagen, keeping our skin firm. When our skin is firm and taut, it looks younger. The wrinkles are less deep. The Brassica family, so alone, the Brassica family has natural NRF2 tendency, but she was able to put it in this to make our Nerve2 technology even better. And then it also has that keyword, the isothiocyanates, which are really helpful for protecting against environmental factors. And then the black pepper is really great for those of us who have hyperpigmentation or skin discoloration. That really helps with keeping an even skin tone.
Wow.
Then we have, so let's go through each product a little bit. So the cleanser is great because it foams up and it takes off even makeup. So you don't have to worry about then using a makeup remover. And then men, they can shave with it. That was the men's study, shaving study, which showed that they had decreased razor burn and folliculitis with using this as a shaving cream. And so it's pH balanced at 5.5, and our skin loves that. That's the pH that it wants to be at to allow for other things to start then penetrating through when you're talking about using a good skincare line. Step 2 is the perfecting lotion. It looks like a serum toner, but there's no alcohol, so it doesn't burn. It can be used as that aftershave lotion. And then what it also continues to do is the Nerve2 activation, showing being used as a brightener, skin tightener. And so most people feel that they feel refreshed. I'll tell you as a side note, I love this. I put this everywhere on my skin because I know that by activating the Nerve2 in my skin, I'm protecting against UV radiation. And I don't love dousing my whole body with sunscreen every single day. So this acts as my skin protector, and it's light, so it doesn't feel like something heavy is on my skin. The third step is the eye gel, and I love this because it has a proprietary blend that Dr. Chevreau did. It's called Beautify, and so it's working on several levels. So that puffiness that some of us get underneath, like the bags and the circles, as well as our crow's feet. Those are little lines and wrinkles that look like chicken crow's feet on the side that we like to get rid of, especially us women. This is helping reduce all of that. And so her proprietary blend Beautify is doing this, as well as the Nerve2 activation that we're doing. And then our anti-aging cream really smells wonderful. It has Japanese grapefruit scent, and it's helping our skin decrease that free radical damage that's happening that ages our skin. That's really the key part of the anti-aging cream, is helping the hydration. So increasing hyaluronic acid, those of you who like those key terms, hyaluronic acid, helping our collagen. So we want to have really strong collagen. That's what lifts our skin up, and it decreases fine lines and wrinkles by having good hydration, good hyaluronic acid, healthy collagen. So I always give the examples of, do you want like little toothpicks holding up your skin, or do you want 4x4s? That's really what the difference is here, that we're helping create in there. And so this is the beautiful new packaging, so you don't have to pop off the bottom and scrape the bottom, and it's all TSA approved too, so you can take your whole line with you as you're traveling. And so that's really, I want us all to have just a posture of having something that no one else has right now in skincare. We have Nerve2 activation in a full skincare line. So it's not just one little thing, one cream, one anti-aging cream. You have a full line from the cleanser all the way down. Then, the last question that most people ask me is, do I put a sunscreen on after I do this? And I will say that I do, yes, and I use a physical block because I don't want anything going in chemically that will ruin what True Science is doing with every layer of my skin. So I put a nice physical block up on top just for an extra layer of protection. But this is, I just want to say thank you. I love teaching and educating, and I hope I didn't go too fast, but I felt like, we always tell everybody that we'll do 30 minutes on a Sunday. And so those of you who want to get, even more deep, you can contact me. We can go deeper, but our back office has wonderful information in there that you can read up on it as well. So Stu, I will send it back to you.
Okay, Melody, thank you. Awesome job. And I can tell you that I've been with the company for 7 years, and it's just been amazing. That's why I only look like I'm 17 years old. But anyway, I think video settings, am I on? I don't think I'm on, but you are, but that's okay.
Oh, right,
I'm going to confuse them. I'm just going to let them watch you. Anyway, I just want to thank you all for joining in tonight and stopping by. Have an awesome, awesome rest of your Sunday. And we look forward to seeing you in the near future. Make sure you get registered for Orlando. Thanks again. And Michelle, I'm going to let you stop the recording because I don't think I can.
Thank you so much, Dr. Melody and Stu.
You can call me Doctor. Thank you.
Dr. Stu. Good night. We appreciate you and your time. Good night, everybody.